There is a paradox in love that very few truly recognize. We are not searching for love. We are searching for an idealized version of it, shaped by our expectations, experiences, and fears. We crave connection, yet we unconsciously push away relationships that could bring us true happiness simply because they do not align with a pre-constructed checklist in our minds. Modern love is no longer just about natural connections between two people. It has become a systematic filtering process. We evaluate others not based on genuine moments or inner values, but through a list of requirements. Are they attractive enough? Is their career stable? What is their background like? And so, we keep searching, keep eliminating, always believing that someone better is out there. But the farther we go on this journey, the more we lose the chance to experience a true relationship. The essence of love is not about finding the perfect person, but about learning to love an imperfect person in a perfect way. That is why so many people seem to be searching for love. But in reality, they are only running away from it. We live in a world where everything is replaceable, from technology and jobs to people. The convenience of technology has allowed us to connect quickly, but it has also made relationships more fragile than ever. A single swipe can determine the fate of a relationship. An unanswered message can plant seeds of doubt, and a minor misunderstanding can turn into an irreversible distance. Love has never been so fragile, not because it is weak, but because people have become increasingly impatient to nurture it. But what has turned love into a quest for perfection rather than a journey of connection? Are we imprisoning ourselves within the standards that society has imposed? Or is it because we have never dared to face our own fear of loneliness? Love, in its purest form, is not a conditional choice but a companionship. Yet instead of allowing love to develop naturally, we force it into a framework dictated by society, where a person's value is measured by appearance, status, or material success. The truth is, love does not stem from checking off a perfect list, but from the ability to understand and empathize with each other. We are often obsessed with finding the perfect match, but in reality, no one is perfect. The real question is not, does this person meet all my criteria? But rather, can we build meaningful love together? When we abandon rigid standards and focus instead on developing genuine connections, we realize that love is not a pursuit. It is an exploration of others, and most importantly, of ourselves. Our practical philosophy channel aims to help you break free from these limiting patterns, understand the true nature of love, and build lasting relationships. Follow us to explore profound philosophical perspectives and practical applications for life. The trap of unrealistic expectations. We believe that having more choices will make it easier to find the right person. But in reality, the more choices we have, the less satisfied we become with our decisions. This phenomenon, known as the paradox of choice, occurs when an abundance of options creates confusion and dissatisfaction rather than fulfillment. Instead of enjoying the journey of love, we become trapped in the illusion of endless possibilities, constantly wondering if someone better is just a swipe away. When we meet someone, we no longer ask, "Do I like them?" Instead, we wonder, "Are they better than everyone else I've met?" This mentality turns love into an exhausting, perpetual search where no one is ever good enough. We begin treating relationships like consumer products, comparing features and benefits instead of embracing the depth and authenticity of emotional connection. The endless search fosters unrealistic expectations, making us blind to the potential of real relationships in front of us. As we continue chasing the illusion of perfection, we risk never truly experiencing the beauty of growing together with another person. Love is not about the fantasy of an ideal partner. It is about choosing to build something real, flawed, and uniquely beautiful with someone who is willing to do the same. True love is cultivated through patience, understanding, and the resilience to navigate challenges together. It is in the mundane moments, the difficult conversations, and the shared struggles where love finds its depth and meaning. The more we embrace the imperfections of both our partner and ourselves, the more we allow love to flourish authentically. A fulfilling relationship is not one that is free of hardships, but one where both individuals commit to facing those hardships together. growing stronger with every step of the journey. Love is not about finding a perfect partner, but about finding someone significant enough to build something meaningful with, despite imperfections and unpredictabilities. Yet, we often fail to see this. We believe we need someone who possesses every desirable quality: intelligence, attractiveness, humor, success, emotional depth, forgetting that we, too, are not perfect. True connection is forged not through a checklist but through shared experiences, vulnerability, and the willingness to grow together. Love is built in the ordinary moments, in the patience of understanding another's flaws, and in the grace of forgiveness. It is nurtured in the unspoken gestures of care, the silent support during difficult times, and the choice, day after day, to stand beside each other. Love thrives in the spaces between perfection, where two imperfect individuals create something uniquely their own, a bond that is strengthened not by the absence of conflict but by the ability to navigate through it with mutual respect and commitment. It is not about finding someone who checks all the boxes, but about finding someone who makes the journey worthwhile, who inspires us to be better versions of ourselves while accepting us exactly as we are. And this is humanity's greatest contradiction. We expect a level of perfection that we ourselves cannot attain, yet we continue to chase it, believing that somewhere, somehow, an ideal love exists that requires no effort, no compromise, and no growth. In doing so, we overlook the beauty of imperfection, the power of resilience, and the depth that can only come from embracing each other's flaws as part of the journey of love. The reality of love in modern society. Today, relationships are no longer nurtured the way they once were. We demand more from a single person instead of seeking support from a broader community. Modern society promotes individualism, and as a result, we place unrealistic expectations on our partners. They must be our lover, best friend, business partner, emotional anchor, ideal parent, and even the source of our life's meaning. This overwhelming burden often leads to emotional exhaustion and dissatisfaction, creating a cycle where relationships crumble under the weight of unrealistic demands. Additionally, the decline of communal and extended family structures has left couples without the broader network of emotional and practical support that once played a crucial role in sustaining long-term relationships. In previous generations, love and companionship were cultivated within interconnected social circles, where advice, guidance, and encouragement were readily available from elders, friends, and family. Today, as these structures have eroded, individuals are left with fewer external resources to help them navigate the complexities of love and partnership. Moreover, the digital age has further complicated modern love by introducing an illusion of infinite possibilities. Dating apps, social media, and online interactions create the perception that there is always a better option available, making it difficult for people to commit fully to the relationships they already have. This paradox of choice fosters an environment where meaningful connections are frequently abandoned in favor of the pursuit of an unattainable ideal. To restore the depth and authenticity of love, we must recalibrate our expectations, rediscover the value of communal support, and shift our focus from seeking perfection in our partners to fostering genuine connection and emotional resilience. But what happens when one person is expected to play too many roles? They inevitably fail to meet every expectation, leading to disappointment, detachment, and even a loss of faith in love. This immense pressure on a single relationship to fulfill all emotional and psychological needs creates fragility rather than strength. Historically, love and companionship flourished within a broader support system, extended families, close-knit communities, and shared responsibilities helped distribute emotional burdens. Today, as those structures fade, individuals increasingly look to their partners to be everything for them, a task that no one person can reasonably fulfill. Furthermore, with the rise of social media and modern dating culture, relationships are often compared to curated, unrealistic portrayals of love. The pressure to maintain a picture-perfect romance, free of conflict and flaws, can lead people to believe that normal struggles signify a failing relationship. This distorted perspective discourages commitment and resilience. fostering a mindset where walking away seems easier than working through difficulties. To cultivate lasting love, we must shift our perspective. Love should be about collaboration rather than dependency, about mutual growth rather than relentless expectation. Strong relationships are built on the understanding that fulfillment comes not from one person meeting all our needs, but from a diverse network of connections that enrich our lives holistically. The misconception of happiness in love. We often think happiness comes from finding the right person, but the truth is, happiness comes from how we love. We mistakenly believe that love is a fixed state, something that remains perfect once we meet the right person. But in reality, love is a journey that unfolds over time. It requires continuous effort, adaptability, and a deep understanding of both oneself and one's partner. True love is not simply about meeting someone who fits an ideal. It is about two individuals choosing each other every day, through every hardship, and in every stage of life. It demands the patience to navigate differences, the courage to face vulnerabilities, and the humility to accept that love is a constantly evolving process rather than a final destination. However, we are rarely taught this. From childhood, we are told fairy tales where love is the ending, not the journey. These stories depict love as an effortless destiny, where two people meet, fall in love, and live happily ever after without any struggles. We grow up with the expectation that once we find the one, everything will be perfect. But real love does not work that way. When love starts to show cracks, many assume they have chosen the wrong person instead of recognizing that love requires continuous effort to grow. True love is not about avoiding challenges, but about facing them together. It is about learning to communicate effectively, adapting to each other's evolving needs, and making a conscious decision to nurture the relationship every single day. Without this awareness, people fall into the trap of believing that difficulties mean incompatibility, rather than seeing them as opportunities to deepen their bond. In reality, love is not about perfection, but about persistence. It is the ability to choose love even when it is hard, to stay and work through the rough patches, and to understand that the most fulfilling relationships are not the ones without problems, but the ones where both individuals are committed to solving them together. Happiness in love is not about achieving a flawless relationship. Rather, it stems from understanding that love evolves over time. The initial rush of romance inevitably fades, replaced by a deeper, more meaningful bond, one built on trust, shared experiences, and resilience through challenges. Those who expect love to always feel effortless are often disillusioned when reality sets in. Love does not guarantee uninterrupted joy. It requires adaptation, compromise, and emotional growth. A lasting relationship is not one where happiness is constant, but where two individuals commit to working through difficulties together. Instead of seeking a partner to complete us, we must recognize that true happiness comes from within, and love flourishes when we nurture it with intention, care, and self-awareness. This means developing emotional intelligence, practicing empathy, and learning to communicate openly. It requires patience to understand our partner's evolving needs, adaptability to grow together, and resilience to navigate conflicts in a way that strengthens the bond instead of breaking it. Love is not about passive enjoyment. It is an active commitment to continuous improvement, both individually and as a couple. When we shift our perspective from finding the perfect person to becoming the best partner we can be, love transforms from a fleeting emotion into a lifelong, fulfilling journey. The strongest relationships are built not on perfection, but on two people who choose each other every day, despite the imperfections, and create a foundation of trust, mutual respect, and shared dreams. Love does not always bring happiness. There is a false belief that if we are with the right person, love will always bring us joy. But in reality, true love is not about constant satisfaction. It is about growth, which can sometimes be painful. There will be phases in love where you feel dissatisfied, disappointed, and even doubtful. These moments of uncertainty are not indicators of failure, but rather opportunities for self-reflection and relationship growth. They serve as reminders that love, like any profound experience, requires effort, patience, and resilience. But that does not mean the relationship is failing. It means the relationship is real. Love, like life, has its highs and lows. It is not an endless state of bliss, but rather a deep, evolving connection that requires effort and perseverance. During difficult times, couples often mistake temporary discomfort for long-term incompatibility. However, these struggles are not signs of failure. They are opportunities to strengthen the relationship. True love is about weathering storms together, learning from conflicts, and emerging stronger as a unit. Moreover, happiness in love is not static. It fluctuates as two individuals grow and evolve. What once brought joy may change, and adapting to these changes is key. Instead of seeking constant validation and perfect harmony, lasting love thrives in resilience, patience, and mutual support. A relationship that embraces both joy and hardship fosters a love that is enduring, meaningful, and deeply fulfilling. How to build a lasting relationship? So how do we maintain love in a world where everything is replaceable? The answer lies in seeing love as a conscious choice rather than just an emotional impulse. 1. Accept that your partner is not perfect, and neither are you. Embracing imperfections creates room for empathy, patience, and deeper understanding in a relationship. 2. Ask the right questions. Instead of just asking, "Am I happy?" Ask, "How does my partner feel in this relationship?" Cultivating emotional intelligence helps foster a more meaningful connection. 3. Build a support system outside of your relationship. Do not expect one person to fulfill all your emotional needs. Have friends, colleagues, and personal interests that provide balance and perspective. 4. Understand that love is not conditional but a choice. We do not love someone because they are perfect, but because we choose to love them despite their imperfections. Love is an ongoing commitment that must be reaffirmed daily. 5. Learn to navigate conflict with patience and respect. Disagreements are inevitable, but they do not have to break a relationship. Approach conflicts as opportunities for growth rather than battles to be won. 6. Keep nurturing the connection. Long-term love thrives when both partners continuously invest effort. Simple acts of kindness, appreciation, and shared experiences help maintain the spark over time. Happiness does not come from finding the right person, but from loving the right way. In the end, what matters most is not who you choose, but how you love. Someone may have all the qualities you desire, but if you do not nurture the relationship with understanding, patience, and commitment, they will never truly feel like the one to you. Conversely, someone may not meet every criterion on your list, but if you choose to love them wholeheartedly, embracing their strengths and flaws alike, they can become the most significant person in your life. Love is an art, not a checklist, and it flourishes when we invest in it with authenticity and unwavering dedication. Love is not about finding magic. It is about creating it from the simplest things. It is in the way we listen with intention, show appreciation, and nurture emotional intimacy. Love is built through everyday moments, shared laughter, small acts of kindness, and the courage to be vulnerable with each other. Ultimately, what determines the happiness of a relationship is not the person you love, but how you choose to love them, through effort, patience, and an unwavering commitment to growth together. Do not forget to follow Practical Philosophy to explore deeper perspectives on philosophy, relationships, and the art of living.